Yes, sir.
Some teachers on like consciousness and mind work describe, like some of them describe enlightenment as a more gradual thing, whereas you have the disposition that it's always sudden.
Yeah. It is. They're wrong.
Okay.
See, but what we can be, the breakdown could be, see, whether you're talking about a person being fully enlightened versus having an enlightenment experience,
Right.
or having an enlightenment, say like that,
Yeah.
that's always sudden. And then you might have another and another and another and another, and over time your mind changes, see, and you become more deeply conscious to a point where you might say, oh, that's an enlightened person, and that usually takes time. See, so it depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm not completely clear either, but it makes sense.
Yeah. I think that's the breakdown between what people call sudden enlightenment and gradual enlightenment. And that gradual enlightenment is not enlightenment. It's not having a direct consciousness, because the direct consciousness, being direct, can only occur suddenly, which is to say, it's now there. You know what I'm saying? See, you become conscious of the nature of something. That's not gradual. That's like you do or you not. You know, you do it or you don't, kind of thing. You know, I'm conscious of the my known nature, see, my true nature, see, or I'm not. See, and when you are, boom, it's done. It's, oh, I'm conscious. That's sudden. You know, then there's an argument we can make. Okay, because you have an enlightenment experience, and it's not an experience, and that's why I don't like using that word, experience. I rather direct consciousness. I'd rather use that, but rather, you know, you have an enlightenment experience doesn't mean you're an enlightened person. See, like what we might call an enlightened person. Certainly not complete enlightenment like we hear tell with Gautama Buddha. That kind of thing. You know, I would bet you money, as a matter of fact, even it bears out in the, you know, the legend, the stories, that Gautama Buddha had many enlightenment experiences. You know? See, and if that was enough, then okay, it'd be done. But his goal, apparently, was something like to transcend life and death. That's a little different than having enlightenment experience. See, he wanted to translate it, you know, blah blah blah. Get what life is, what death is. You know, seemed to kind of obsessed with that. See, so obviously having a few enlightenment experiences, because he studied with teachers, and they would say, you know, he got it. You know, he got it. So what did he get? I don't know, because I wasn't there and I don't know what he was studying. But chances are he also had some enlightenment experience, he had direct consciousness. See, but it wasn't good enough. Otherwise he would have stopped and not kept going. Because he did not transcend life and death, you see. He did not know what life and death are. You know, so then he went deeper and blah, blah, blah. So then we might, if we use that as the model, and again it's a legend, then we say, okay, that's complete enlightenment. Why do we say that? Because he said that. You know what I'm saying? Or at least in the legend, you see, in the stories, he said that, I'm completely enlightened.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider joining a workshop. They're more powerful than you think.